Welcome to another Warhammer 40,000 battle report here at Slider Games. Today we do have a couple announcements here. So first of all, this is the important one. So if you've been following the channel, for a while, you've probably heard I have a small toddler running amok. Every once in a while she'll, shout out some things or squeal or whatever in the background. But we are adding another small human to the family. Should be, as of the filming of this, it's just over 2 weeks. Actually, might just be exactly 2 weeks until the due date. So this will be probably the last video until 10th edition. So we're going to take a short hiatus, probably about a month off from making videos here at Slider Games, just because we'll have a new small human to take care of. And yeah, if you have any children, you know that the first few weeks and months there can be challenging. Plus, we'll have this we'll have a 2-year-old and a newborn. It's going to be crazy. Anyway, so we'll have a short break, but we will return with 10th edition. So we are not going anywhere permanently. We're just taking a short hiatus for the new baby. But that being said, if you do enjoy the channel and like what we're doing, feel free to like and subscribe. That helps us out here at Slider Games. Helps us to keep going. So yeah, we appreciate all the support so far, and we will return shortly. 10th edition, when it comes out, we will be producing new videos at that point. But all of that being said, let's get on to today. So today, you see, we have 3 objectives. There's one down here. This is a deployment zone. One directly in the center of the battlefield, and then one back here in this corner deployment zone. So this is a custom mission, so kind of more open play. What's going on here is each of the objectives in the deployment zones are worth 2 points. The one in the middle is worth 1 point. And then there will be D3 points for Slay the Warlord. So with this, everything is scored at the end of the game. So basically we're going to play 5 rounds. Whoever is holding the objectives at the end, whoever can kill the other person's Warlord, will score points, and we will decide who wins then. This game, 2,350 points. My custom Talsept Sunars versus the Cadian 707th. This is the culmination of all of our battles in 9th edition. Coming to a head, we are here to slay the warlords of each other's armies. Cadian Sergeant Steele.
Yes!
Is here for Brave Stan's head.
The feud will be over after today.
This is it. This is all of 9th edition. We've played a lot of games. Cadian 707th versus Sunars. And Bravestan could die. Like, this is like real life danger zone for Bravestan. Normally, he gets eliminated, he ejects from his suit, but this is it.
Yeah, we've had enough problems. We have called in an assassin.
Yeah. This is the real deal. There's real stakes, real fake in my head lore canon stakes. So yes, but yeah, again, 2,350 points. Tau versus Imperial Guard. This is it. The culmination of all of our battles in 9th edition come to this, the final deciding fight. Let's look at the armies. Here we have 2,350 points of my custom Talsept Sunars. This is exactly 2,350 points. So we hit that right on the head. And in charge today, this is our set of HQs. We actually have 4 HQs. We have our tank ace there in the back. But leading today, our warlord is Brave Stan. So this is the guy that the Cadians are trying to eliminate. He is the person in charge of the Sunar Sept as far as their military aspects go. And he is running the show today with 3 missile pods, a pulse rifle, 2 marker drones. He has the warlord trait Exemplar of the Koyon. That is what he does, is practices the Koyon battlefield strategy for the Talsept. With him, we have a Cadre Fireblade with 2 gun drones. He does have our relic, Ortu's Lantern. And then also today, with our Arcs of Omen detachment, we spent a CP, and we've brought Skyfire. She is coming in to assist Brave Stand in this. She has 4 fusion blasters, 2 shield drones. I should mention, so with this, kind of since this is a custom mission, we are spending as many CP as we want to build our army, and then we'll each get 6 CP to play with when we start the mission. So that is our set of leaders there. Then we have 3 squads of fire warriors, each with 2 gun drones. We have a squad of pathfinders. They have 2 shield drones and a pulse accelerator drone, which will give them extra AP -1 on the pulse carbines. Then we have 2 squads of 3 stealth suits. Shazrays, have fusion blasters, and they each have 2 gun drones with them. Then we've got 2 units of broadside battle suits. We've got a high yield missile pod and a heavy rail rifle. Each of them have 2 gun drones, stabilized optics, and smart missile systems. The stabilized optics let them move fire without penalty. They did just recently get the core keyword back, so we'll be able to spend some stratagems on them now. Next to them, we have our Crisis Squad. These guys normally come in with Skyfire. They each have 3 fusion blasters. They're also bringing 2 shield drones and 4 gun drones with them. Then behind them, again, we have our tank ace. This is Long Strike for the Tau set, but we just use them as a generic tank ace. Both hammerheads have a railgun and smart missiles and a seeker missile. And then finally, the Riptide in the back with a heavy burst cannon, smart missiles, early warning override, counterfire defense system. So that is what we're doing with all of these guys. So this is it. This is most of my Tau force brought out today to finish up 9th edition for us. And it's all about Brave Stand. Can the Tau eliminate the leadership of the Cadian 707th to finally take this war over? Here is 2,350 points exactly of the Cadian 707th. What do we have?
We have a lot today. We're going to start out with our HQ choices and elites that are helping lead. So we do have the Vindicare Assassin, who has shown up to eliminate Brave Stand once and for all. Then we have the Warlord, Acadian Castellan with the Master Tactician trait. We have 2 Commissars. We have another command squad upgraded with the Infinite Range Voxcaster Relic. And we have another Cadian command squad. This one is upgraded with a Warlord trait, and so they have superior tactical training and can issue mechanized orders.
Nice.
They also have an Ogre Bodyguard and a Master of Ordnance. This is my first time playing with this kit bashed model. So very excited for that.
I like his little hover table thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
They totally didn't steal that from the Xenos. Then
that would be heretical.
Yeah.
Of course you didn't do that.
We have 6 squads of regular infantry. These are just infantry squads back here. So I have 6 of those. Up front, I have 4 squads of Cadian shock troops, all with the exact same loadout. They all have melta guns and drum-fed auto guns on the sergeants. I'm really loving narratively playing with this loadout. So they all have backpacks to kind of show the difference between the two. Plus the infantry squads do have last cannons and heavy bolters to make them a little different from those.
Yeah, because that's kind of what you can do with just a regular infantry squad is they get the heavy weapon platform team guys with them where you can't take those with like the Cadian shocks. That's correct, right?
Yep. So this is where I have my frontline troops and my backfield troops is how I'll be running this today. To support them, let's start over here. We have 3 Hellhounds. 2 with Inferno cannons and 1 with the Melta cannon. Yeah. And a multi-melt on there too. So, but with them is their mother. We have the Malcador Infernus showing up. This thing is truly a beast of burden and will hopefully be causing the Sunars lots of headaches. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, a lot of flamers here for dealing with the Xenos.
Yeah. Well, we don't shoot very well, so we'll just burn everything. Then we have 3 Earthshaker carriages. So these are basically a basilisk, but except they can't move. Mm-hmm. We have 2 heavy quad launchers as well, and I have my old white shields filling in for the crew of the artillery. And then we have a squad of Ogren with Ripper guns.
Yeah.
And this is all born soldiers and exactly 2,350 points.
Yeah, we counted up 119 infantry models, not counting the artillery crew. So yeah, a lot of people on the board to swarm over these objectives and control them, while the assassin and the elite units take care of Brave Stand. So yeah, beautiful stuff. I didn't mention it yet, but there will be a link in the description of this video if you want to see more awesome paint jobs and beautiful models. Check out Cadian Sergeant Steele's Instagram channel. Also put a link there to his YouTube for some other videos and painting tutorials and cool stuff like that. All about Guard, you know, the cool stuff. But anyway, 2,350 points of the Cadian 707th versus Sunars. Let's take a look at deployment. And we have deployed our armies for this battle. Over here, we do have all of our Tau stuff, beautiful stuff. So we did leave out, you'll notice the dice here marking our deployment zones because we both have redeployment abilities. So both of us, if I choose Koyan, I can redeploy up to 3 units. The Cadians can just redeploy up to 3 units, and those units can be redeployed anywhere on the battlefield or put into strategic reserve. So we've left these out because this will probably be the first deployment shot, and then we'll all redeploy and show it to you again. But right now, I do have my stealth team forward deployed up here just to kind of help hold this flank a little bit. Than this, I had far fewer drops than the Cadians, so I didn't get to see a lot of the bigger stuff come down before I went down, but they're down here. They're not in the terrain, so this is just blocking line of sight for them to give them a little bit of cover so they can't just get shot immediately. Then on continuing this flank, we do have the Cadre Fireblade and a squad of Fire Warriors. Down here, they have a good line of sight to that center objective and down into this flank with the Riptide backing them up. Down here in the center, we have the bulk of our force, Fire Warrior Squad, Brave Stand, both broadsides, the Tank Ace, the regular Hammerhead, and the Pathfinders all back here and behind this, again, line of sight blocking, and then a squad of Fire Warriors out here on the flank behind this big rock. Things we needed to look out for: this big guy, he's got 10-inch move, 18-inch flamers, so 28-inch threat range for him coming in. And then we have the Melta Hellhound there with like a 20, so he's got a 24-inch gun, 12-inch move, so he can basically get to anything he wants to get to as well. So those were kind of the big things we had to worry about. In strategic reserve, we have our second squad of stealth suits, and then in Manta Hold or Deep Strike, we've got Skyfire and the Crisis team. But yeah, everything else is out for the Tau right now. The Cadians, everything is on the board except the Assassin, who can come in at the end of a movement phase more than 9 inches away. But I mean, this is just, it's beautiful. All of these infantry, the tanks, I love it. So what's the plan over here for the Cadians as of now?
We're just going to keep moving forward. We have waves of infantry, literal, like, just stacked. So I got 4 units stacked here. I got 5 units stacked here.
Yeah.
Then some extras in the back. We have commissars distributed front and back line. Command squads distributed front and back line. So our goal is to just overtake with numbers.
Where is your warlord hidden amongst all these fellas?
Oh, yeah, where did I put that? Oh, right there.
Yeah,
there we go. Sorry, I got so many.
Yeah, that's what, there's a lot. It looks, I was talking about it. I was just gushing, like, during deployment, how awesome I think it looks with all the infantry and the artillery in the back and the tanks. It's beautiful. But yeah, so this is our deployment as of right now. So yeah, the Cadians, it's just an inexorable advance forward wave after wave. For me, my plan is, since Brave Stand is in charge, I'm going to be doing Koyan. That's just what I do. Brave Stand is my Koyan commander, so we'll be doing Koyan. So my goal is to survive a couple turns so that I have enough firepower in turns 3, 4, and 5 to really take advantage of Koyan and punish the Cadians as they come forward. That's the plan. We'll see if it'll work. So there is an assassin, obviously. He can come in basically anywhere. So I do have Brave Stand hidden right now, but I mean, wherever that assassin decides to come in, Brave Stand could be in danger immediately. But that's the goal right now. So I guess we should just roll off here. So we have 2 roll-offs. First, to see who goes first. This is open play, so the winner of the roll-off gets to choose to go first or second. Going second actually has a big advantage in this because we score at the end of the game. So whoever's going second in Battle Round 5 knows exactly what they need to do to get on the objectives or remove the other person from objectives. So there is a bit of, benefit to going second in this. And then after we do that, then we have to roll off to see who gets to redeploy first, which is going to be really big. These are, some crazy decisions. All right, let's roll to see who goes first. I'll let you go first.
All right, let's see if I can. I don't know if I want the choice. But
I know. It's so much pressure. A 3 and a 2. All right. You have to choose. Do you want to go first or second? Do you know?
I'm going to go first, but
Okay.
I'm so afraid what this
All
means for our redeploys.
All right, he's going first. All right, I'll let you roll again. So this is to see who gets to redeploy first. The
Oh,
winner,
no!
The winner has to redeploy. Or no, oh jeez. I think, yeah. So we'll let whoever wins will get to choose. Okay, do you want to redeploy first or second?
I want to redeploy second.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Makes sense. All right, so we have the Cadians going first. Tau are going to redeploy first. We'll do all our redeployment, come back, and see what happens from there. Tau redeployment has been executed. We shifted a couple things because I was kind of at a disadvantage because I had to redeploy first and the Cadians went first. So I put my tank ace, he's in strategic reserve. The Riptide shifted back from this spot back here, and the Railgun broadside shifted from right here over to this side. And the reason I moved all of that stuff is because the Melta Hellhound was sitting right there, and going first could have hit any of them. So I didn't want that to occur, so I shifted them all back. Then the Cadians, in response, put the Melta Hellhound in strategic reserve. And then they shifted one of the regular Flamer Hellhounds over here. And then you put an infantry squad into strategic reserve as well, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so there was a squad over here that is now in strategic reserve. And that is the redeployment that we did. So I've pushed everything back to try to save them, basically. And again, that's kind of the idea here with my army today is I need to survive so that when Koyon kicks in 3, 4, and 5, I have guns left to take advantage of that. Unfortunately, these guys are now about to be bathed in Promethium, so their -1 to hit won't actually help them right there. And again, I put them not in the ruin so that they would be, line of sight blocking, but now they won't get their benefit to cover. So they're in danger, but that's okay. We will let these Imperial Guardsmen move forward closer and closer so that we can unleash the Koyon on them. Patient hunters that we are. Okay, so we will go on to Cadian's Battle Round 1. The Cadian forces are on the move. The front line and stuff mostly shifted up a little bit. These guys moved up on to the edge of this building. This Hellhound shifted up a little bit, still staying in cover. So again, a lot of kind of cagey movement because going first isn't as big whenever you need everything alive at the end. So this guy actually considered moving him up, but I left this huge gap here. So he couldn't actually target anything. So he shifted back after all these infantry and the Ogrins shifted up into cover and a little bit forward over here. I don't think anything in your backfield move. I think your Warlord shifted in a little bit. Is that
My
right?
Warlord and my Commissar, but just minor movement.
Yeah. And then over here, this is kind of the big opening salvo. This Hellhound moved up to flame these stealth suits, and we're going to go ahead and kick it off with this flamer shot here into the stealth team.
Yep, here we go. 2d6 Inferno shots. Ooh, 8.
Slightly better than average.
I will gladly take that. Here we go. Strength 6. So I'm leaning on 3s.
Yep. Oh, that's not good.
Wow.
8. AP on this?
So the AP is -2.
-2. All right, I'm going to start with the drones. 2 6-ups. They're dead. So I've got 6. AP -2. Oh, geez. So these are 6 5s. But they're only 1 damage.
Yep.
So I saved 3. Okay, so that kills 1.5. So there is 1 and an injured stealth suit remaining, and then you've got some bolters.
I got a heavy bolter on here, so let's see if I can just finish the unit off. Oh, I only hit once.
-1 to hit though, because
sorry.
stealth.
I hit none.
So none. Okay, so we've got 2 dead drones, a dead stealth suit, and an injured stealth suit. All right, let's see what's next. Next up, the quad launchers are firing in to this Fire Warrior squad with the assistance of the Master of Ordnance. So, and they have take aim for their order. So a lot of things are happening here. So with take aim, they get +1 to hit, +1 to their AP, which these guys are out of line of sight. So those 2 things are negated, basically. So back to basic levels. Then he gives them reroll 1s. Yeah, and then they're firing in. So yeah.
We got 8 D6 shots because I have 2 heavy quad launchers.
Oh my gosh.
This will probably become twin linked in the new edition because this is a bit ridiculous. Oh.
Okay, that's a lot of shots. Let's
Yep.
hit some dice. That was 26 shots, so it'll be hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s, 6s auto win. Several 6s. After re-rolls, there are 4 auto wounds, and then we've got some more. These will need 3s to win.
Ooh.
That was good.
Oh,
That
wow.
was good. So, geez. 11?
Yeah.
All right, I've got 8. We'll just do 8 first. So these are at... is there any 8p on
No
them?
AP.
Okay,
no.
so these will be 3-up saves because they're in armor, or in cover. I guess it doesn't really matter because the drones will be saving on the same thing. So I'll roll these all at once. This is 8. I'll need 3 more after this. Need 3s.
Oh no.
So 4 have died already, and then I need 3 more. So we lose a total of 5. That'll be 2 drones and 3 little fire warriors. Moving along, coming to the end of our shooting. This heavy weapon, heavy bolter, little platform fired, and they killed 2 more fire warriors. So we do have a morale check here at the end. But I think pretty close to one of our last guns before the artillery really comes in. There's a las cannon. There he is. Over there, shooting in just in range of the broadside. So we'll see if he can take out a drone here, possibly.
All right, we get take aim. So we're hitting on 3s.
That is a 1.
Oh no.
Would you like to re-roll it?
Do you have a invulnerable save?
Just on the drones. I do have 2 shield drones there.
Then I don't think it's worth the reroll yet. Yeah.
Okay, so I think pretty much all that's left are the big Earthshaker guys left in the back. Let's see what they want to shoot at. We're going to fire those artillery in just a minute. We realize the Castellan is next to that last cannon, so we get to reroll that 1 to hit from the Castellan.
Here we go. I need a 3.
That's an auto wound.
Ooh!
So 4-up invulnerable save on his shield drone, which I pass. Okay.
You made me cry inside.
All right, so now we have 1 of the Earthshaker, what are they called?
Earthshaker
carriages firing into the stealth team. The other 2 are going into the hammerhead back here.
Yep.
And which one would you like to start with?
We're going to start with the 1 firing into the stealth team.
Okay.
So D6 plus 3 shots.
Nice.
Wow.
9 shots.
That's...
They do have take aim, so again, the -1 to hit and the -1 to its AP will basically be negated by the take aim since they're out of line sight. So basically, flat regular profile.
All right, so hitting on, well, because you're -2 total.
I am -2 total, yeah, so that will factor in actually.
Yeah, so hitting on 5.
Hitting on 5, so please.
No rerolls.
1
You
hit.
got to be kidding me.
1 hit.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and then wounding on a 2. Okay.
Does wound.
It's -4, or well, -3 because the cover.
Okay.
Shooting out an all
6.
Yep.
Okay, fails. So you do kill the Shazray, so the fusion blaster is removed.
Gone.
Okay.
Okay, I don't mind that. Then the other 2 firing into your...
This guy. 2d6 plus 6. That is a snake eye. Would you like to re-roll that?
You know what?
That's still 8 shots, actually, which is pretty good.
It's 3 shots, but I got command points.
Yes.
So I will spend 1. I'm going to re-roll one of these. 4.
Okay. So
Okay.
5 plus 6, 11 shots.
11 shots. I like those odds. That's much better, especially since I need that thing hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not dead. I need it hurt.
We'll be hitting on 4.
Hitting on 4s.
So 1 auto wound.
Yep, I like that. And it's strength 9.
So 3s. Oh, that's
Ooh.
AP. -3.
-3 because we ignored
Yeah.
the extra AP.
Okay, so 6s. 4 6s. How much damage is it?
It's I think flat 2.
Okay,
Yep.
so it won't kill him. But we need 6s. We did get 1 6. Okay, so it'll take
Yeah,
6
6
damage. All right, that's reasonable. We can live with that.
Yep.
Last thing for the turn. This Hellhound is charging into the stealth suit. So other than Snake Eyes, I think you're good. That is
Woo.
in with 8 inches.
Boop. I'm going to back into you.
Yes. All right. You want to slam into me?
Here's all 3 attacks hitting on 6s. I don't think you're ready for this. Woo!
But that doesn't auto wound, right? Just
No,
guns.
no, just shooting.
But this needs a 3.
Oh, 3.
That'll definitely
Yeah.
do it. So no AP,
No AP.
3 up.
Hey, you're
Made
good.
it. Okay. And then I'll swing back. Get this on film. 5s. Whoa, one hit.
Ooh.
5? Okay,
No.
nothing. All right.
Okay.
So I do need to take a morale check on these guys. They lost 5. Leadership 8. 8 and 5. Okay, they pass. 8 and 5. 3 and 5 makes 8. Okay, so we're good to go there. Wounded Hammerhead, half a Fire Warrior squad gone, and a tied up stealth suit. Okay, not the worst thing in the world. Let's see what the Tau can do in response. We have moved, shifting around a little bit, nothing too aggressive. We were in a great spot not to be shot, but that also meant we had to move around the line of sight blocking to get some lines of fire onto some things. And it's a pretty tough spot for us right now. Obviously, we have this Hellhound opened up. The stealth suit did fall out. I had 2 marker lights from these drones fire in. Neither one hit. Rolled snake eyes. No other marker lights went out. I moved the Cadre Fireblade over, so he couldn't fire his Ortu's Lantern. The Pathfinders shifted up. They actually didn't have anything in range with the big flamer tank thing moving out of the way. So we shifted this guy up. We didn't have a way. He could not move far enough to draw line of sight down to these guys. So I shifted him this way. We want to just, the goal right now is to just take this flank over, and then we can push that way. I did shift both broadsides this direction. He can fire his railgun down into those artillery pieces should he need to. With the high-yield missile pod, he can see the Hellhound through that window, so he's going to be able to shoot into the Hellhound. Brave Stand shifted out, also lining up some shots into the Hellhound. And then we have the Fire Warriors shifting in with the Riptide, hoping to take out some infantry down here. And that's pretty much it. These guys slid out. I was planning to keep him here, but with this Hellhound, he had enough movement he could flame in behind. So they've shifted out. They're in range. They can fire down into some infantry as well, or maybe into these guys hiding in cover here. But that is the plan. No marker lights this turn, so we'll see what kind of damage we can do with the limited firing lanes that we found. Our first thing is going to be the heavy rail rifle broadside. I already fired his smart missiles in to this squad in cover here. No damage was done, but he's firing the big gun into the artillery pieces in the back. These are going to hit on 4s. No rerolls other than Talsept. 1 hit. These are strength 6, so it'll wound on 3s. I'm going to reroll this. I need to try to hurt. Okay, so 1 hit.
Toughness 6.
Toughness 6, so 3 to wound. It does wound. AP minus 5.
Cannot make a save against that.
Okay, so it is D3 plus 3. So 5 plus the mortal wound is 6.
Ooh, 1 carry just down to 1 wound.
It's still alive. It's still alive.
Yep.
Okay, let's see what's next. Next up, our second broadside. He also fires missiles into that same squad. Took out 4 of them. Smart missiles, that is. High-yield missile pods are going into the Hellhound. So these are going to hit on 4s. Not as good. I'm going to leave that. So these will wound on 3s. I'll reroll that with Talsept. So 3 wounds, AP minus 2, 2 damage.
Okay, so 5 up saves. Oh no!
He'll take 4.
Ooh.
Okay, so he's down to, they have 10 wounds or 11?
I think they have 11 now.
Okay, so we'll see. He is injured. We'll see what else can shoot at him. Next up, Brave Stand takes aim at the wounded Hellhound, firing everything in. Did pop smoke, so these are going to hit on 3s. Start with the plasma rifle, which misses. I will spend my Talsept reroll on that.
2. No!
That hit. It's strength 8, wounds on 3. Does wound AP minus 4, 3 damage.
Ooh, can't make a save against AP minus 4. So
down to 4 damage left.
Yep.
6 shots with the missile pod, hitting on 2s. Already spent
we're hitting
my
on 3s now.
3s,
right?
yep, you're right, because of the smoke. And then strength 7, toughness 7, wounding on a 4. 2 wounds, AP minus 2.
5 up save, here we
2
go.
damage each.
Oh no!
That will kill him unless you want to spend a CP reroll.
No, but do I explode? Yes!
5?
I'm pretty sure I do now.
Oh yeah, because it's a Hellhound.
Well,
It's
wait.
full of gas.
I want a 5 plus. They
What's
did change
the-
it to a 5 plus, but it does explode.
What's the range?
6 inches.
Ooh, we'll have to measure up. That might take out our stealth suit. last gun is up here for the Tau. It will be the Hammerhead. I did fire the Cadre Fireblade, both squads of Fire Warriors, and the Riptide. Took out this infantry squad, and their squad that's on the second floor in there is down to 2 guys from Smart Missiles coming in. Yeah, that's what we've got. So firing in that direction. Down to this. So the last thing, the Hammerhead, the only thing he can actually see are these little what are they called?
Heavy quad launchers.
Heavy quad launchers. All right, so he's firing his railgun into those. Hits on a 4. Ooh. Does hit. Okay. And wounds on a, what are they?
Toughness 6.
Yeah, so 2. Okay, so it wounds, AP minus 5.
Can't make a save.
It is... that's 8 damage plus 3 mortal wounds.
Oh, geesh. So that's going to kill one and then put 3 wounds on the other.
Yep. Okay. And I think that's all the guns for the Tau that are in range can fire. So we have cleared this right flank. Unfortunately, I don't think I mentioned it. When the Hellhound exploded, it did kill the stealth suit that was hiding up here. Yay. So we have taken this third of the battle. We've cleared it of Imperial Guardsmen. But yeah, now we wait for the punishing return. Took one of these down to 1 wound. I really needed to take out one of those carriages, Earthshaker cannon carriages. That would have been nice. But here we are. We're a little bit exposed with our infantry. We'll see if we can hang on through Cadian turn 2. The Cadians have moved. On this flank, the Hellhound shifted up. Because I shifted these Fire Warriors out, even with his full movement, he was slowed by a crater. He couldn't actually get in range. So he's hanging out here, staying safe. Future turn asset. This squad of infantry shifted up, so they've got some shots they can put down into the center of the field. In the backfield, this stuff basically remains stationary. And then what's the plan over here? You get some more movement and shenanigans happening.
We've kind of tucked almost everyone into this building. So we do have take cover on the infantry squad, and we have remain vigilant on the Ogrins.
Yep.
Just to try to keep you out a little bit. And then we also have here the Vindicare assassin has come in.
Yeah.
It's got a tiny little window right to Bravestand's feet.
Is visible.
This has pretty much stayed still except for the last cannon unit. We did have to move some models around to get line of sight and to actually get also range onto your models. This can never move. And then we full throttle.
Oh, yeah. He's coming right down the middle now.
Yeah, we full throttle.
So he got plus 2 inches to his move. He rolled a 5 to advance, so he got to go 17 inches, and then he counts as having remained stationary. So he's got a lot of juicy targets up here with that big Inferno cannon that he's got. And then finally, Melta Hellhound came in out of strategic reserve looking to punish my backfield. I don't think I've mentioned it yet, I did take the Feel No Pain on the Riptide for his overcharge. So if he gets shot at, he will be able to try to ignore some of those wounds. But I think that's it. So looking to pressure my tougher flank that I just cleared has now not been cleared any longer as some armor has rolled up into our business. So yeah, let's go into shooting phase. The infantry squad that is in that building and an infantry squad back there with a heavy bolter fired in took out 2 Fire Warriors and their drones. And that's all that we've done so far. But now it's the Hellhound firing in to the Hammerhead with his Melta cannon, I think is that what it's called?
We got a Melta cannon and we got a multi-Melta. So let's start with the multi-Melta, hitting on 4s.
2 and an auto wound. That's unfortunate. This is a 3.
Strength 8, so
it
no
doesn't wound.
Okay.
So 1, but that goes straight through.
It does.
Because AP minus 4. Yeah, so he does not have a save.
D6 damage.
For 3. He's down to 5 wounds left.
Okay. D3 shots with the cannon.
Ooh, 3. This is not good.
Now it's a turret weapon.
Yeah,
so it hits on
+1.
3s.
And an auto wound. These are 2s. This is not good. That's it. Because these are +2 automatically, right?
Yes.
They're D6 plus 2.
D6 plus 2.
He's got 5 wounds left, so that is minimum 6.
6
so
damage.
He's dead. Does he explode? Does not explode. Okay, so the hammerhead has been taken out. Next up is the Malcador Infernus. He's firing everything, including the stubber, into this infantry squad right here at the foot of the Riptide. So this is 3d6.
Yeah, we're going to start with the stubber, actually.
Oh, yeah,
So
okay.
3 shots. We're going to get that out of the way. See if we can pop a drone or two. 2 hits.
No wounds.
No.
Wait, it's
Strength
strength
4.
3. Is it strength 4?
I think it's strength 4. When I have
Stubber.
stubber.
All right, let's just do a 4 up. I fail it. So we're thinking a drone's dead. Stubber.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty sure on that one. We'll double check. If
Yeah.
not, we'll give you a drone back. Okay. So 3d6 shots with the Inferno Cannon. Ooh, not good.
Not great. 7.
7. I'm going to use... When you command reroll number of shots.
You would reroll all of them. Since it's one gun.
I'm going to command reroll this.
Okay. And you got an extra shot.
One extra shot. All right, but that's fine. That's 8.
8 shots.
Strength 7, so I'm wounding on
2s. So 6. 6 up
7.
saves.
7, right?
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was 8.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
6 up saves.
you
I
made a
saved
couple.
2, so we've lost 5. So a total of 6 have been eliminated. 2 drones and 4 guys go down. Next up, the heavy quad launcher is firing into the squad that just got injured.
4d6 shots.
So
That's okay.
13.
So 13. I'll take that. It's 10. Oh, I have exactly 13 dice here. Perfect.
And hitting on 5s, though, because out of line of sight. A couple 6s.
Okay. I like the 6s.
3 5s. Yep.
And then winning on 3s.
All right, so
Okay.
4.
No AP.
So I get +1 to my save because of out of line of sight, so these are 3 ups. Pass them
Oh,
all.
come on.
All right. Way to go, Fire Warriors. Way to go. Moving on to the infantry squad in the back. Their las cannon, it did move. It's firing in, but it did get take aim. So it is hitting on a 4 here into the Riptide.
All right, here we go. Come on. No.
Miss. CP. You've got a lot of CP. Oh, you've spent one actually
I've
to
already
reroll.
spent it.
Okay,
Yep.
so the shot goes wide. Next up, the Earthshaker carriages firing in. One of them, the one that got wounded by the broadside, we'll say, is firing into him for vengeance. The other 2 going into this infantry squad. The infantry squads are very important to remove because at the end of the game, they're going to be the things scoring points.
Yep.
We're starting with the broadside shot.
Okay. So d6 plus 3. Ooh.
5.
5. Okay. That's admirable. Hitting on...
You can see him.
I can't see him, so hitting on 3s. And
3s.
re-rolling 1s because of the Castellan.
Okay, no auto wounds.
No auto wounds. But wounding on 3s. Because
Yeah.
strength 9.
T5, yep. So 4.
wounds. AP minus 4 because of the...
Yep, so 2 4-ups on the drones. 1 drone is dead.
Ooh.
Drone again is alive.
Stop
drone
it.
again. Okay,
Oh.
so the 2... And it is multiple
flat
damage.
2.
Yeah, so it does kill both of the shield drones.
Okay.
All right, and then the
Ooh.
2d6 plus 6.
For the infantry.
So 8
Ooh.
and 6 is 14 shots.
Wow.
Into the brave Fire Warriors, standing their ground.
Okay. Hitting on 3s.
A couple auto wounds in there.
Rerolling the 1.
Okay.
Wow.
Hit.
Okay.
It's not looking good for our Fire Warrior friends.
Wounding on 2s.
Yep. Really not looking good.
Yeah, wow, that's devastating.
AP a lot.
So that's 11 wounds, AP minus 4.
Okay, 11 AP minus 4 kills the squad.
Yeah.
All right, so the Fire Warriors have been removed, and the broadside has no drones to accompany him. The last thing to shoot are 2 las cannons in a couple squads back here. One of them, this squad, is in range of the banner, so they get to reroll once to wound. But both squads will be hitting on 3s, rerolling once to hit. The colorful die is going to be our banner squad, so if it's a 1 to wound, it can reroll it.
Come on, and rerolling 1s to hit, hitting on 3s.
Nice.
Both hit.
And this is into the broadside with the railgun. I don't know if I mentioned that.
So strength 9.
So 3s to wound. They both wound.
AP -4.
AP -4. He does get a 6-up save. I need to make one of these.
Oh.
I make one of them.
Oh, no!
D6, you can't kill him. There's no reason for me to CP that because he can't die right here. D6 damage for 3. All right,
no.
He's got 5 wounds left. The Cadians very much want this broadside dead, so spending 2 CP at the end of the shooting phase for volley fire on the squad there with the las cannon. They're going to shoot at the broadside one more time. Try to take him out.
Here we go. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s.
That is a 2.
No, and I can't reroll.
Yep, spend the CP already to reroll this shooting phase. So with that, the broadside does live, but that is the end of the shooting phase. I do have a morale check right here. So the question is, I've lost 4, so I pass on a 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it worth spending? I'm not going to spend the 2 CP yet. I might need that later. That's a 5. They fail. Oh, well, there's one more. How many do I have? 5 other guys. I need 4 more of these die. I don't know why I only rolled 1. That was what was in my hand, I guess. Okay, so 2. Ooh, I lose 3 more. I should have spent the 2 CP. He was so well hidden. We almost forgot about the Vindicator. So the assassin is firing in at Brave Stand. Needs a 2 to hit. That's a hit.
Oh, it's a hit. 2 to wound.
2's wound all infantry. That's a wound.
So that's D3
Is
damage.
there AP?
It ignores invulnerable save AP -3.
Okay, so I do have a 6-up save unless I take it on a drone, which I'm going to take this on a drone. Can I take it on a drone with him? Does he have any special rules that make it so you can't?
Nope, I don't think so.
So that shot kills a drone.
Okay, and then because I didn't kill the unit, it's called headshot. And I roll a D6. On a 3+, you take a mortal wound.
Yep. That's a 1. Okay, so Brave Stand is alive with 1 drone remaining. Now, we will go on to Tau turn 2. This is it. Tau has moved. We've brought in some stuff. So the tank ace has come in to my deployment zone. I actually might need to scoot him back. He's got to be within 6 inches of the board edge. I'll double check that. But yeah, he came in. Brave Stand and these Fire Warriors shifted behind this barricade. This team of Fire Warriors stayed still. Cadre Fireblade fired in his War2's Lantern. 5 markers on this. I spent a CP on recon sweep, so I actually get to move them another 7 inches. I forgot to do that. But they fired their marker lights. They got 5 on the Malcador, and they got 3 on this infantry squad over here. And the plan is over here we've got the missile pod, high yield missile pod, broadside, and Commander Brave Stand firing in, hopefully to take this out. We've shoved the Riptide forward, overcharged its shield again, so it's got 5-up, feel no pain. The idea is hopefully this guy and maybe the Riptide, if I need to, can take this thing out. And yeah, but he's up here just as basically a distraction. Hopefully stuff will shoot at him and not shoot at my other stuff. The broadside over here, who I should note, has core back, so he'll get the effect of a marker light from the tank ace. He's going to fire in to try to take out these with the assistance of the crisis team. So they came in from Mantle Hold, had a 12-inch no deep strike bubble from the commissar onto this unit. So only one of them, this leading guy, is in range of these. I did spend 2 CP on drop threat acquisition, so they're re-rolling all their hits. So they're going to be able to hopefully take out the Chimera and at least one of these things, and then their small arms from the drones will shoot into this squad with a marker light. And then the other plan was for these Pathfinders, they're going to move 7 more inches, and they're also going to fire in, hopefully clearing this squad. So if this all goes to plan, that will be dead. The other Chimera will be dead. This infantry squad will be dead. Hopefully at least 2 of those things will be dead. And this guy in the middle is not going to be dead and has a flamer, so it doesn't matter that he's crippled. So yeah, that's a problem. But this is what we can do right now. So here we are. Let's see where we're going to start with the shooting. Going into the shooting phase, I will, after giving my own movement turn recap, I decided I had to bring Skyfire in because I really didn't have a way to destroy this. So she is in with her 4 fusion blasters, ready to assist blowing this thing up. So that's kind of the play with that right now. But we're going to start with Brave Stand because the only thing he can see to shoot is this Chimera. Popped Smoke. So this will burn a marker light, which actually puts him back onto 2s because he would be hitting on 2s. Smoke puts him to 3s. Marker puts him back to 2s, starting with the Pulse Rifle, hitting on a 2. It misses. I'll spin the Tau Sept reroll. Does hit. Strength 9, or strength, 8. So that wounds.
Oh.
AP minus 4.
Oh, can't make a save.
Flat 3
Okay.
from the Pulse Rifle. And then we've got 6 missile pod shots coming in, hitting on 2s. I've already spent my reroll, but they all hit. These are strength 7, so these are 4s. So that is 5 AP minus 2, 2 damage each. Gonna make 2 saves or a dead Hellhound.
5 up armor.
You don't make any, so even a CP reroll will not save him.
Oh, shoot. Do I explode? No.
So
and
you
then
can spend your CP now if you want to, do your Vengeful Salute. Is that what it's called?
Vengeful Salute. Oh, I can't
Ooh, safe.
Oh, but I could hit your
Can't shoot the
Riptide.
Riptide.
And that could be devastating.
Yeah, let's see. Not spending the CP on Vengeful Salute. It costs 2 CP for the Hellhound variant to shoot it. It's D3 shots with the Invulnerable Save and the Fiona of Pain. Decided against it. So next we're going to the Crisis Team. I did spend the 2 CP on Drop Threat Acquisition. So this lead guy, he is just within range. He's going to fire his 3 Fusion Blasters into these. These 2 guys are firing their 6 Fusion Blasters into the Hellhound. The drones will actually have to shoot the Hellhound because we declare all shots at the same time. He is the closest unit. They have to shoot it. So we'll start here. This is the important one. Firing in to the Earthshaker carriages. Hitting on 4s, rerolling everything. Okay, 1 hit so far before the reroll. 2 hits into the Earthshakers. Strength 8, T6, so 3s. That is 1 wound. I am going to spend my Tau Sept reroll on this. Okay, so 2 wounds, AP minus 4.
Can't make a save.
Goes through, so it's 2d6. So the first one will kill the injured one.
Yep.
And then it'll be d6 for 1. Do I spend a CP now and reroll that?
You still got a railgun.
I'm going to do it. I think, I'm going to do it because if I roll 1 on my D3 with the railgun, it won't actually kill that. So I'm going to reroll that. Okay, so 4 damage instead of 1. So 3 more off of that. So takes out 1, injures 1. Now we'll go over here, firing at the Chimera. Grabbing my extra dice. Hitting on 4s, rerolling everything because of Drop Threat Acquisition. This is why I was really hoping to save them till turn 3 so I could get Koyan when they came in, but that's good.
Wow.
That's good. All right, these are 3s to win. I have spent my reroll already, so only 3 come through. I've spent my CP and everything, so 3 AP minus 4.
Can't make a save.
So 3d6, and this has 11 wounds.
11.
That is 8, 9, 10. So we've the drones. I'll grab some dice. We'll see if the drones can finish it off. Fired in all of the drones, 16 shots. Only 1 wound went through, made the save. So the Hellhound is alive on 1 wound. So we'll see if we may have a smart missile, hopefully that can take him out. But next up, we're going over here to the broadside. He is receiving the effect of a marker light from the tank ace since he is core again. He's going to use that to fire down into the Earthshaker carriages. His smart missiles are going to go up and into this thing, just because that's the only thing that they can hit. But we'll start here with the heavy rail rifle. These are going to hit on 3s, reroll 1s from Brave Stand. There's a 1. Okay, 2 hits.
Boo.
Wounding on 3s.
Ooh.
Tau Sept reroll. Oh,
I like
okay.
that.
Only 1.
AP minus.
Yeah, no save.
No save.
So it's D3 plus 3 plus a mortal wound. So the damage will kill that thing, and then the mortal wound will go on to the other guy.
Yep.
Okay, so that is that. Will fire his smart missiles off camera. Our tank ace is weaving a shot with his railgun through the Riptide and past Skyfire into the Malcador. Note, no damage done from his smart missiles. But this hits on a 3 because of the marker light, which I miss. So this will use his built-in reroll, so not the Tau sub reroll. Okay, that hits. And then wounds on a, what's the
toughness 8?
8, so a 3. Does wound. So it's going to do D3 plus 6. So 8 wounds plus 3 mortal wounds. So 11 damage into the mouth door.
Down to 7.
Down to 7. The tank ace's smart missiles came in. They took off 1 more wound. He's down to 6. Moving on to Skyfire. She's firing all 4 of her fusion blasters in. With Precision of the Hunter, she rerolls all failed hits and wounds. So 2s to hit. They all hit. And Strength 8, T8, 4s. We got 2 so far, but with her Warlord trait can reroll. So 3, AP minus 4. No save.
Can't make a save.
All right. 6. Just need 6. We got it. Okay. Does it explode?
Nope. Nope.
Ooh, no explosion. Okay. So we take out the threats on this half of the battlefield. Continuing with the shooting, the Pathfinders fired and they actually took out that infantry squad in there. And then I fired the smart missiles from the high yield missile pod broadside into the Hellhound. Did not kill it. He can't see anything else, so he didn't get to fire his high yield missile pod. He was set up as redundancy to hopefully take that out, but we took it out. So now we're moving on to the Riptide. He's firing his heavy burst cannon into the Las cannon squad back here. Spent a CP on Cadian's stand, so basically transhuman on them. His smart missiles will be going into the infantry squad that I can't see. That's basically protecting the Vindicare. But we'll start with the big gun. 12 shots, hitting on 4s. Okay. That was something. That was a hit. So that's only 5. I'm going to re-roll one of these. Okay. So 5 hits. 4s to wound. No wounds.
Wow.
Nice. Nice. Good CP. That saved you from those 2s. All right. And then the smart missiles hitting on 5s, actually, because no line of sight. That's 3 hits. And these are wound on 3s. 2 wounds. AP minus 1, which I can't see, so you get that back, but it does ignore cover, so you don't get a bonus to your save. It's just your flat save.
5 up save. Make
Right,
one
kills,
fail 1.
The Riptide kills 1 infantry model. And that's it. So the Fire Warriors haven't shot, but I don't believe they're in range of anything. So I think that is the end of the turn. I don't think there's any morale. Actually, there is morale.
There is morale.
We're talking about this.
6 on the Earthshaker.
It's got a leadership 7. It lost 2. Oh dear, this would be hilarious. Okay, it survives. Thank goodness. It's the irony we were talking about before. Is like it can't move. So if it fails morale, like how does it move off the battlefield? I guess these guys could run away scared, and there's just nobody left to operate it. But it is combat attrition. Also, it's not morale necessarily. So maybe it would just have been rendered inoperable. But that's the end. Yeah, that's, I guess, yeah, I don't want to charge that. It's got a flamer for Overwatch. Yeah, that's the end of the turn. There's no other morale anywhere to take. But yeah, that was a solid comeback turn. But all of our assets except a stealth team are now on the battlefield, and I'm down to 8 objective secured models total. That is not great news as we go into battle round 3. Movement is over for the Cadians. This squad did come out of strategic reserve over here to pressure some of my remaining few objective secured units in my home deployment zone. Ogren shifted forward through the doorway up into this space. They do have a 12-inch charge possibly into the Pathfinders, so they're running up to wreak some havoc in the middle. The crippled Hellhound shifted back, still at full with its flamer turret. I mean, not affected even though it's on 1 wound, so it's still combat effective, ready to bathe these guys in some fire. This squad shifted up. You did something with them. What did you do with these guys?
I did. That's a really great question. So
they advanced
forward for
yes,
the Emperor.
That's it.
Yes.
So they advance, but they act as if they've remained stationary. So yeah, that's put them in a good spot. Rapid fire, possibly volley fire even with them now. And then yeah, these guys are hanging out in the back with the injured carriage. These guys didn't move at all, did they? They just hung out. Okay, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Vindicare is still perched up there, ready to blast some people. But yeah, that's where we are. So I think the idea is I mean, there's a lot of firepower coming into these guys. So getting rid of these would be huge, as they are definitely a threat in your backfield. But yeah, that's it. Let's go. Let's shoot some stuff. Had some shots over here. This squad got a stratagem, ingrained precision, so their 5s auto wounded, fired in. They took out 2 gun drones and 2 shield drones. Then we moved over to this squad. There's a couple las cannons, a couple las guns that fired in. No damage was done, but now the las cannon is firing in to the injured broadside. So 3 to hit with taking.
3 to hit, rerolling 1s.
That's
a hit and an auto wound.
So it's a 6-up save for the greater good. That is a 1. That is not a save. I will not spend a CP to reroll that.
Okay,
Yeah, for 6.
6 damage.
Anything less than 5? Okay.
That's a 2.
Do you want to spend your CP? He's got 5 wounds left.
No,
Okay.
because I'm going to shoot another last cannon.
Trying to tempt him. All right, so he's got 3 wounds left. But
All
yes,
right.
another
And
last.
so from this unit, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire the last cannon into the broadside, and then we'll do all the small arms that can shoot.
We'll go into that unit.
Yep.
Okay.
So here's this last cannon. Hitting on a 3. Rerolling 1s. Come on.
That's a 3.
It's a 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Needs a 3.
Needs
to
a
win.
3. Rerolling 1s to wound because of banner.
The banner guy, yep. That is a wound.
Oh!
6 up again for the greater good. Doesn't get it. All right, so you need 3.
No!
He's alive on a wound.
No!
Now do you spin the CP?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
All right, 66% chance to kill him. He doesn't kill him. He's on 1 wound. Oh, okay. That well, flashbacks to this guy on 1 wound. Okay. Very nice. All right. We'll see what kind of small arms can go in over here. Over here, still on this flank, working on these guys. The small arms from that las cannon squad did take out another gun drone. So we're down to 1 gun drone, 3 crisis suits, and now the Hellhound is going to fire everything into them, starting with the heavy bolter. So
Because it doesn't matter.
hit on 5s of this profile? Or
6s.
Okay.
It's so bad now.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. But it's 2d6 shots with the flamer cannon thingy. That's about as good as it gets there.
Oh, goodness, I needed that. Oh, okay. Wounding on 3s because strength 6.
Yep. T5. Okay, that's pretty good.
So that is 8 wounds. Minus 2.
8
1
minus
damage.
2. All right, so we'll start with the gun drone. Needs a 6. Okay, he's dead. So we've got 7 more. These are going to be 4-up saves with their shield generators. So it's minus 2 AP.
Minus 2.
Okay, so they have a 3, would go to 5. It's a 4 either way because they're in cover. All right, 4-ups. How much damage are these?
1.
They're only 1 damage.
Yep.
What else do you have to shoot, I guess?
I mean, I could shoot this unit again.
That's true. I don't think it's worth it. That'll put one of these guys down to 1 wound. Okay, yeah, we'll take that. I'm not going to spend my reroll yet. The shock troops fired in, took out 3 of these fire warriors. Shifting over now to the Ogre. They're firing everything into the Pathfinders here.
Heading on 4s. Okay.
Not great. 2.
Not great. Wounding on 3s. Oh!
Yeah. So they're like, we want to chop stuff up, you know.
No.
Yeah, okay. So shots go wide, slam into the building in front of the Pathfinders. No damage done. Let's see what else we can shoot. Las cannon down there, coming down into the Riptide, who actually took 4 wounds from a heavy bolter in the other squad. Feel no pains and everything. Okay, so 10 wounds left. Need a 3 because take aim.
3. Take aim. Here we go.
That's a 1.
Oh.
You don't have reroll 1s
I don't have
because
reroll
that's
1s
the
'cause
Castellan is way far away. And you've already spent a CP reroll. So he misses.
That's a bummer.
The Riptide pilot breathes a sigh of relief. Next is the last Earthshaker firing up and over into the Riptide with the Master of Ordnance sighting him in. Yep. So we get D6 plus 3, is that what he is?
D6 plus 3, and I have line of sight, and we're re-rolling 1s, and we're hitting on 3s. So here we go, D6 plus 3 shots. Ooh,
so 5.
Only 5.
Okay.
So hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. And of course, I'd roll 2s.
Couple 2s in there, but 3 hits.
Okay. Wounding on 3s.
Wounding on 3s.
No!
Does he get the banner rerolls?
No, because he's not core.
Because he's not core. Okay, so 1. What's the AP on this?
AP minus 4 with
okay,
everything.
so 4 up,
Invulnerable.
invulnerable. Got it.
Oh my god. It's not
The
good.
Riptide took a couple heavy bolter shots, but has charged his shields up again and is now feeling good. The Vindicare is next. He's firing in, trying to take out this Crisis team in the back.
Okay, I'm hitting on a 2.
That is a 3.
Woo!
That hits 2s
Wounding.
to wound because they are infantry.
Yep.
That
Yes!
means-
And it's a 6!
Does that do something special?
It does a thing! And I will tell you in just a moment.
Okay. So this guy will definitely die because I don't get invulnerable saves. What's the AP on it?
AP is minus 3.
Okay, I do get an armor save because I'm in cover.
Yep.
So he's got a 3 up, which would go to a 6, plus I'm in cover, so 5. I fail that. So tell me what this other thing does to see
Okay.
if I want to do.
On a 6 to wound, it does D6 damage rather than D3, which
Okay.
won't matter.
Won't matter. But if I stop this here, he won't get to do any mortal wounds.
That's correct.
All right, I'm going to re-roll this with my CP. Try to get a 5. I don't get a 5. Okay, so the first one does kill this guy. And now you get to roll to do mortal wounds.
Yep. So here we go on a 3 plus.
That's a mortal
Mortal
wound.
wound. On a 4 plus.
That's a mortal wound.
Wound.
Down
On
to
a
2.
5 plus.
Okay.
No.
So
Okay.
down to 2 wounds on this guy. 1 with full health. Vindicare takes out 1 of the crisis suits. The 707th is spending their last 2 CP on volley fire. This unit with the heavy bolter firing and trying to finish off, or at least kill 1 more of the crisis suit. What do we have? Yeah.
Here we go. These are last guns. 16 shots.
Auto wounding on 5s because of the end green precision. So that is the benefit here. So we got 6 auto wounds
Yep.
and 2
And then 2 regular hits.
Two
But
regular-
then I get to re-roll the ones.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
See if I can get some more 5s and 6s. 1 extra 5.
Okay.
And then
5s.
another
1 more. That's good.
Okay, so I get 7 wounds.
7 2-up saves here on the injured guy.
Come on, 1
7 2s. I've already spent my CP, but we make them all. Okay, so now it's the bolter's turn.
Heavy bolter.
No auto wounds. 2 hits.
2 hits. Wounding on 4s.
Yep.
Oh no!
1. This will be AP minus 1, right?
Yep.
Okay, so it is a 3-up for the greater good. Got it. All right, so they survived the volley fire. There will be 2 crisis suits in and amongst the Cadian lines in Tau. Turn 3. There is more. Charges are coming. The shock troops are charging in both units right here. So the Cadre Fireblade and his 2 drones and the 2 Fire Warriors. 1 moment. Do I want to... it's a 9-inch charge. I could throw a photon grenade at you. Yeah, I'll throw a photon grenade. So -2 to your charge.
Really? Come on! Oh, it's a 6.
Okay, didn't matter anyway.
Then the Ogrins.
Ogre, they need a 12.
Need 12. They're charging the Pathfinders.
Oh! Close. Okay. So we have survived the charge phase. The Cadians are digging deep. They're doing 1 more charge. The Hellhound is charging in. It is -2 because of the crater, so he needs an 11. I am firing Overwatch.
Okay.
All right, so I need a 6. Didn't get a 6. I do have Tau Sept. I can reroll 1 die. Okay.
Okay. What's a 9? What's just... I needed an 8 without the
Yeah,
-2.
so I need a 10.
So I need a 10.
Do you want to see? Oh, you don't have any CP
I
left?
don't have any CP.
Okay, so we do actually survive the charge phase. That is the last charge. We are actually moving on to Tau turn 3 now. I've just spent 2 CP and did nothing with them. So yeah, let's go to Tau turn 3. We are at the end of the movement phase for Sunars. The big thing here is dynamic offensive. So I spend a CP, sorry about the glare, on dynamic offensive. They got to auto advance 6 inches. They don't have a penalty for shooting. Um, this front one is closest to him. This one I could not maneuver. He is closer to this unit, which is within 3 of him. So at least 3 fusion shots will go into the Warlord. That would be D3 points at the end of the game if I could get it. My stealth team did come in out of strategic reserve. Their job is to take out this Chimera. Or, I'm sorry, I keep calling it a Chimera, but it is a Hellhound. In the middle, the missile, high yield missile pod broadside shifted out, so he's got some better line of sight down into this area. The Pathfinders moved out into the open. The reason I did this, I could have left them back. This gives them Koyon range into the Ogre, number 1. But my plan is the Riptide shifted up. He can hopefully take out the infantry squad that's hiding in here. And then with them taking out the Ogren, there won't really be anything that can come in and hit them. I mean, these units can move forward, but then they would be leaving Crisis Team, Stealth Team in their backfield. So that's kind of the thing. I'm making the Cadians have a choice. Do they come in and attack this infantry squad, on this objective, or do they deal with stuff in their backfield? This squad of 3, they've shifted back this way, so hopefully by turn 5 I might be able to run them onto that center objective. The railgun broadside shifted out, so he has line of sight down there to the Earthshaker cannon carriage. I did spend another CP on Strike and Fade on Brave Stand, who flew up top, so he's got some line of sight down into the center of the battlefield, and then he will move 6 inches back down here after shooting. On this flank, the Cadre Fireblade and the 2 Fire Warriors did not move, but our tank ace shifted up, so he is in Koyon range with his smart missiles into these guys. He did give his special battle suit upgrade to this broadside here in the command phase, so he will have the effect of a marker light. And that is where we are. Skyfire shifted in behind the Riptide. She did advance to keep up with him. I also did roll. He is doing his 5-up Feel No Pain, and he did not burn out his thing. He rolled a 10, an 11 would have burned it out. So that is where we are. So we will go into some shooting.
So unfortunately, we do have some audio issues here for the rest of the video. For the most part, I lost audio. I'm not sure why. I've never had this happen before, but I'm going to try to recap a little bit here and maybe fast forward through a little bit of the videos just to keep it up to speed. But kicking off our shooting here, those Fire Warriors and the Cadre Fireblade took out that shock troop squad that was right there. Next thing is we're moving on to the Riptide. He's trying to take out the infantry squad on the lower level of this ruin so that we can target the assassin. The 707th Cadians did spend a CP on Cadia stands to make it harder to wound these guys. But I'm going to roll here, and we do have Koyon kicking in this turn, so 6s are going to explode here. And we are going for the 5s or 6s. Get a few hits in with some explosions. And then I will use my Tau Sub reroll here to fish for another 6, which I don't get, but it is a hit. So we get pretty good hitting here. Then we got to roll to wound. We'll need 4s because of Cadia's stands. And we'll go from here, and then I will end up shooting out his smart missiles into that same squad as well. Next thing up is our high yield missile pod broadside. We're actually trying to go in here and finish off this squad that the Riptide was just shooting at. So we actually start with the smart missiles, trying to take those guys out. We just need to get them down below 3 so that Skyfire can shoot the assassin. We're firing in. They're not exploding because it's not the closest target, and we're hitting on 5s due to it being out of line of sight. So we don't do great with that, unfortunately. But then we're going to fire the high yield missile pod themselves into that infantry squad back there near the crisis team. See if we can take those guys out to clear that backfield. Moving on to our heavy rail rifle broadside, same scenario, firing the smart missiles in, again, trying to get that squad down below 3. I think there are 4 of them left at this point, and we're trying to take them out. They still have Cadia's stands, so that's why the last broadside wasn't wounding with those 3s. They need 4s to wound. So we're firing in here, trying to take those guys out. And let's see if he can make 1 save to bring him down to 3 guys. He makes the save. So we fail that. So now the next thing he wants to do is try to take out that last Earthshaker cannon carriage. See if he can do it. Those rolls and the number of wounds the Earthshaker carriage has left, it is destroyed. The next target for us are these Ogre here in the center of the battlefield. I fired in those 2 Fire Warriors they could see, and they took 1 wound off, which is good because the Ogre reduced damage by 1. So I fire in the Pulse Rifle from Brave Stand here, try to get those last 2 wounds off the injured one. They do have a 5-up Feel No Pain, though, so we'll see if he can get any of these. And he does make 1, so it only takes 1 wound. Then we will go ahead and fire in Brave Stand's Smart Missiles, reroll there with Talcept, and see if we can take him out. This is beyond 12 inches, so no explosions from Koyon. So it is 4 wounds. They would be normally 2 damage, but they get reduced down to 1 damage. He makes some more Feel No Pain saves there.
The Ogre have finally been killed. Fired in with the Pathfinders. They had 21 hits on 20 shots with the exploding 6s, and they still actually couldn't kill them. Skyfire had to fire in and kill the last guy. That was the only thing she could actually shoot. Because since the Riptide only brought that infantry squad down to 4, she couldn't target this squad because they count as a character and were therefore blocked by that unit there. So we're coming over here to what really matters, which is this guy firing his 3 fusion shots into the Castellan. Hitting on 4s. The only reroll I have is my Talcept reroll, which I will use. You have an invulnerable save. 5-up invulnerable?
5 up.
I wound on 2s. I'm going to spend it here. Let's do it. Okay. Probably going to regret that when I roll Snake Eyes. All right. 2s to wound. All right, they both wound. 2 invulnerable saves, or d6 plus 2 minimum damage. You make neither. Would you like to CP reroll one? Because you could.
I have no CP.
No CP. All right, 2. Well, it's minimum 6.
I think I only have 5 wounds.
Yeah, so he is smoke and crater there as we blast him, melt him down. The goal in this battle, take out the leadership of the Cadian 707th. We just melted him to slag behind his commissar friends. We'll go ahead and fire this guy. He's shooting into that squad with the marker light. So hit on 3s. I've already spent my reroll. 2 to destroy one of them.
Yep.
Okay, so that's it. We've got one more squad. We've got the stealth team left to fire. We'll see if they can take out that Chimera.
Moving over to the stealth team, I take a gamble here. I actually fired just the fusion blaster into the Hellhound to try to take off that last wound. Everything else is going into that infantry squad because I want to clear as much of this backline as I can. And I do end up taking out the Hellhound there. It doesn't get a save against the fusion. It does not explode. This is pretty much the end of the battle round here for the Tau. We did fire our burst cannons and drones into that squad. Took a few out. At this point, the Cadians don't have any CP to Overwatch, so I'm deciding just to throw a random charge in here with the stealth team. They don't make it, but that is the end of the battle round. We do clear the center of the battlefield here, leaving my Pathfinders on the objective, and we did take out the Warlord.
Cadian movement has concluded. Basically, everything from in there came forward just as I planned. I moved the Pathfinders up. I wanted to draw them out so that I could kill them more easily. I will note we did do all of our morale checks at the end, or combat attrition tests. These guys did fail. So one guy ran away, but with the commissar nearby, nobody else left. There was actually the las cannon squad failed. A guy ran out. This squad right here failed, but they also had a commissar, so nobody else ran, and this squad passed their morale. So that was kind of the recap there with the morale. But these guys have rushed forward, taking the center objective, as well as putting themselves in a position to dish out some punishment to the Tau who have come to the middle. Over here, these 3 squads stayed still, looking to take out these 2 guys, the commissar turning back to take them out. And then over here, you did shift the command squad, I think. Yeah, moved up into the crater. But yeah, looking to take out the Riptide, who can cause some serious problems for this infantry heavy list now that I have removed most of the heavy guns with my rail cannons. Let's go to shooting.
Interesting moment here. So small arms from these 2 infantry squads had fired in, took out the injured crisis suit, brought the other one down to 1 wound. Then the las cannon Fired into the broadside down there on 1 wound. Wound and hit, and I need a 6 to save right here. See if I can pull it off for the greater good. Yes, it was great. So then he goes to the other last cannon infantry squad, fires in, and fails to hit with a 2. Fail, debating whether or not to spend the 1 CP he has to reroll it.
Continuing through the shooting phase, all of the small arms in this area have fired in, took out the crisis suit. In the center, this big group that came through fired everything in. They've taken out the shield drone, pulse accelerator drone, and 2 pathfinders here in the center squad. And then moving on to the las cannon in that last infantry squad, firing into the Riptide, who also did take 2 damage from that heavy bolter again. He's taken 6 wounds off of him so far.
All right. So we take aim with the last cannon. We are hitting on a 3.
That is a 2.
Oh, come on.
You have 1 CP. I've been tempting him to use it, and he just won't use it.
I know. I don't know what else I'm going to honestly do with it this turn. So I might as well.
Yes, the reroll. Needs a 3. Got it.
Yeah, I
for
got
3.
it. Okay, wounds on a 3.
3 again.
Yes!
That's a wound.
Minus 4.
Will save. Which I pass.
Jeremy.
All right. Yeah. Moving.
Yep.
Do you know what you want to do with your quad launcher thingy?
Not quite yet.
Okay. Let's see what we want to do with our remaining guns.
We pick up here at the end of the shooting phase. Some small arms have gone in. The quad launcher, I think, actually went into the broadside back there. Killed a drone, took 1 down to a wound. But now we're moving into the charge here with all these guys in the front. And what we have is, I believe he's starting with the infantry squad there. 3 guys left. They are going to go in first. And I decide to fire Overwatch with the Pathfinders. Hitting on 6s, reroll there with Talset, but 6s explode at this point, so 3 6s mean 6 hits coming in against these 3 guys. See if we can wound 1 3s. We only get, 2 wounds, but they do kill 2, so it's a squad of 1 going in instead of 3. The end of the turn for the Cadians. All the combat has been done. 1 Pathfinder survived the whole ordeal. And the way that I actually pulled the models out, the Commissar, who had also made the charge into there, could not consolidate or pile in. So he actually piled in, consolidated into the broadside, who punched him but did not damage him. So we have just the lone Pathfinder there in the center with the command squad and that 1 guy left from the infantry squad, and the Commissar is engaged with the broadside. And I am just noting some other movement and opportunities here. Now in the movement phase for Sunars, and I did a command point there on dynamic offensive on the stealth team, because if I would do it again in Battle Round 5, I would actually be able to get in range of that objective. So pretty much the movement plan and the battle plan here for Battle Round 4 for the Tau was to clear all of that infantry in the backfield. So I also had the Riptide moving up forward with Skyfire in a position to take out those infantry squads in the back to free up the stealth team to score this. The other thing was we needed the Pathfinder to fall out of combat, as well as the broadside, so we could take out that Commissar and that command squad in the middle of the battlefield. And I go ahead and shoot away with Brave Stand into the Commissar, because that's the only thing Brave Stand could shoot. This is the pulse rifle, which does hit. Vulnerable save is failed, and then we have Brave Stand's smart missiles coming into the Commissar to try to finish him off. No explosions again because we're outside of 12 inches, but 3 more wounds at 2 damages each is enough to take him out. Next on the list is the Tank Ace firing everything into that command squad. He is within cooldown range and 5-6 explodes, so those are 2 railgun hits, both wound. And now we've got a roll damage because there is a feel no pain on the Ogre and Bodyguard in there. So I do max it out. So he's going to survive 9 wounds and then another 9 for the second one, plus the in total 6 mortal wounds. So that all comes in, taking out most of the squad. But there are the commander, or the commander, I think is what it's called, is still in the squad. So I do end up firing the smart missiles in to try to take him out at the end of this. With Guion and a Talsept reroll here, we do get a few wound or hits in on that commander, and we'll see if he can make any of these saves. If I get some wounds here, yep, all 6 wound. So got to make saves on the commander. The medic is dead, so there are no more feel no pains. That is enough to take out the commander. At this point, the Tau turn is over. Recapping all the other damage we've done, we've cleared the 2 injured infantry squads there in the backfield, and with firepower from elsewhere, we also took out the commissar that was sitting back there. We did actually make a charge here with the Riptide into the other infantry squad with the heavy bolter. No damage was done in combat either way, but we did move it back there, and I charged in because with Koyan I could fall back and shoot, so on the next turn I could still fall back and fire into that last cannon squad to clear them out with the stealth team to try to get on that back objective there of the Cadians. And then swinging back around, the middle of the battlefield is open and my home objective are both open, so I need to move stuff onto those at the end of the game. I do have 1 Pathfinder left in the middle there, but that's pretty much it. Picking up here in Battle Round 5 for the Cadians, most of their stuff is already shot. They did have this one guy left hiding in the corner of that ruin, so that is an objective secured model, running out, grabbing the center objective. So if he could survive the Tau turn of shooting, that would be a point for the Cadians, as I don't have any objective secured in there. But the last thing up here is he is firing the quad launcher, which has already rolled the number of shots there. Firing this into Bravestand to try to get that Slay the Warlord as a last desperate attempt to score some extra points here towards the end of the game. So we'll see as he gathers his dice if he can do any hits here. It is out of line of sight, but he has take aim, so the 4s are hitting. And he did spend a CP to make 5s and 6s auto wound. And with only 4, I'm taking him on the drone. Drone survives for a while, and then 1 damage is done to Bravestand, but it does not take him out. Final move for the Cadians. This lone sergeant is choosing to charge into the lone Pathfinder down there, as he didn't get him with shooting. I do fire Overwatch, roll 2 6s, which both explode. So 4 shots come in, and I reroll that with Talsept, 4 wounds, no AP, and he makes all 4 of the saves to get his sergeant in to combat here with this roll, and he does succeed.
We have come to the end of the game. We did do the charge over here, came in. The 1 shock trooper did end up killing my Pathfinder, who I actually spent a CP to reroll to try to save him just for the heck of it because it was only 1 wound, but he ended up dying anyway. There was no damage done in this combat. Moving into the Tau turn, there wasn't really anything the Cadians could do to stop. So this guy was here. He was holding this objective with a smart consolidation move, but I rolled an advance of 5 on the broadside, so he's on the objective. This guy would come in, and I mean, I have the railgun, I have Bravestand, I have this guy. I could even have pulled Skyfire back to kill him if I really needed to. And then these units over here could easily get onto my home objective. So that'd be 1, 2, 3 points. Plus I did get Slay the Warlord, so let's just see for an additional 1. So it'd be 4 points to 2 points back here. We were looking at it like maybe there was a very slim chance I could have wiped these guys out and advanced them onto the objective, but we're going to say it is 4-2 final score. So in this culmination of all the battles the Sunar Sept has fought against the Cadian 707th, we come out on top, melting the Castellan to slag over here with the Crisis team. Their fusion blasters took him out for the Slay the Warlord. Bravestand heroically survives the battle. Did take a damage there at the end from the the indirect fire from the little quad launcher guy. But that is a victory for Sunar Sept. They've swept in, cut the head from the snake. This is it. This is when the Cadians finally pull back from the system, and Sunars can fully claim it and push them out, finally. But what will be next for Sunars? So, end of the game recap here. That was really fun. I really enjoyed that mission. I almost always do Tempest of War because like it adds a lot of dynamicness to the game. Like things are changing. It's like you got to change up what you're doing to, you know, achieve the objectives. But with this, it's like very straightforward. You know from the beginning, it's all about these 3 objectives. You score them at the end. It's really an enjoyable mission. I actually stole this from Winners SEO. If you're watching my channel, I'm sure you know of Winners SEO. He's great. He's who kind of inspired me to do my channel in the first place. And he does a lot of these kind of missions where he just kind of makes it up. And it's really simple, but it's really entertaining because it's just straightforward. You know what you need to do. There's still a lot of the tactics involved because it's like, sure, I could run out onto this objective in turn 1, but it doesn't help me until the end of the game, and my units are just going to get slaughtered. So yeah, it was really interesting. We were both talking off camera. Turn 2, my reserves, I think, is what pushed it into my favor there.
It was clutch.
Yeah.
It was a perfect placement of units to get the job done, to limit my ability to counterattack on turn 3.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, the indirect fire, that was the big problem because, I mean, I finished the game, literally I have 2 objective secured models left on the battlefield. They were just pounding my infantry. I needed to get rid of them so that I could have a chance to have anything left at the end to come on to the objectives and score it. And my strategy was with the Riptide, I was just going to push it forward as far as I could into your lines and try to kill stuff. He actually didn't do that well at killing stuff. The Cadia stand stratagem really hurt him negatively, but he got way out ahead of the marker lights too, and that also hurt him. So he's sitting on 4s or 5s most of the time. But he was a huge distraction. He only took 6 damage the whole time, and all 3 were wounds from a heavy bolter that he couldn't make his feel no pains for.
Yeah, one, not multiple heavy bolters.
Yeah.
A single heavy bolter, like that guy is getting promoted.
Yeah. There's some promotions earned out here today.
The heavy bolter
guy, that was really clutch. My broadside battlesuit over here, he was on 1 wound for like 3-4 turns. He was a bane.
I must have
to
fired
the Cadians.
6 last cannon shots or more.
Many las cannons came in there, did not take him out. That was cool. Your lone dude there at the end charging forward through the Overwatch, killing the Pathfinder. He's actually he was a good dude.
Yep.
But yeah, great game. That was a lot of fun. What did you think of that mission?
Oh, it was a blast. I love missions like this, especially when we have to focus on the end game and focusing on like, okay, so we both were cheeky turn 1 and 2, and we're like, well, we got to keep back, we got to stay alive, and I think that actually made for a more fun game.
Yeah, I agree. That was really awesome. I wish I would have done more of that in 9th edition, actually. But yeah, this is, like I said at the beginning, this will be our last video before 10th edition comes out, as my wife and I are expecting a new child in about 2 weeks. So we'll take a little bit of time off for the family stuff, and then when 10th edition launches, we will come back with some more battle reports here at Slider Games. Also, check out Cadian Sergeant Steel on Instagram and YouTube. I'll put some links in the description of this video below. But if you are enjoying our content, please subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff. And until next time, have fun.